playoffs are, nitty gritty, hard hitting, nasty games. And I think that regardless, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be, AFC North teams that are going to kind of take that wild card spot. Those are all teams that just, they like to put the helmet on and just smash you in the mouth.
Yep.
And that is what we saw, Tennessee Titans do yesterday. And these playoff teams are going to be able to smash you in the mouth a lot harder than the Titans did. So I would be very worried as a true Miami Dolphin fan.
Yeah. So are you a true Miami Dolphin fan, or are you just a 2023 Miami Dolphin fan?
I'm just a whoever's winning the AFC East fan.
No, yeah, but seriously, guys, the Miami Dolphins have been 100% exposed. They've been 100%. Now, I've been liking your guys' narrative, right? They can only beat teams that are below 500, right? They can't beat winning teams. Well, last night, the Tennessee Titans were a below 500 team, and they just simply... Can you say that they let me ask you this, guys, in the comments below. If I remember correctly, this was the first time the Miami Dolphins have played a Monday night game since Dan Marino was at the helm. So could there have been a little bit of... I've heard it before, and I've been around it, where sometimes players, people's fans exploit so much energy and emotion pregame that they're dog-ass tired when it comes to halftime, right? They're like, man, I just played a full game. No, dude, we still got another 30 minutes left. So I wonder if the what's the word I'm looking for, Hoffy? Maybe like the bright shined, or like the light shined a little too bright pregame. Maybe they had too much festivities. Maybe they, were getting so hyped for a Monday night game. Monday night's coming to Miami, Hard Rock Cafe, baby. Let's do it. That they forgot that, hey, we still have to play a football game. And I want to say that happened, but it is not like they come out and shit the bed in the second half. They just didn't play good all game long. So could it possibly, Hoffy, that they just had that bad game where, the Dallas Cowboys had a bad game versus the Arizona Cardinals, right? The 49ers had a bad game versus the Vikings, right? Like, was this the Miami Dolphins' bad game, and maybe we're overreacting to this loss just a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that you didn't say per se is, injury and kind of deflating the sales, seeing your star player go down, but like you said, and provided he did come back in that second half, and maybe that's kind of why they got some of those points. But like you said, we can't really chalk it up to, because they played better. They scored more. They played a little bit better in that second half. They had more opportunities. I think we just have to chalk it up to a bad game. I mean,
yeah.
But
go ahead.
No, I don't. I mean, we got to chalk it up to a bad game. They gotta fix some things, but we haven't seen them perform against winning teams this year. So
yeah, we will get to see it here in a few weeks when they do play the Dallas Cowboys. And then they do play the Buffalo Bills again come week 18 as well. So not all hope is lost in Miami. So Arthur Brown and the rest of the Miami Dolphins fan base that is listening today, don't go jumping off of that ledge. Mike Vrabel does coach well against teams that he is supposed to lose against. So John, let's go ahead and jump over here into the comments here, Hoffy. John says just to cover and choke for Vegas. So he thinks the Miami Dolphins were just going to cover for Vegas and get them some money. And then he says, I smell a fix. Come on, John. Come on, man. Jeez, this guy. My man, WB Ant, is in the chat. He says, yeah, it's crazy how both underdogs won last night. Listen, the Tennessee Titans are not a terrible team. I know I've been on the Tennessee Titans like asses for like a little while because, I told you guys that King Henry about midseason last year, like, hey, he has found that legend. He has found that legend. He has fallen off hard on it. But the Tennessee Titans are a team that is in the spoiler role right now. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they want to spoil it for a team like the Miami Dolphins. They want to spoil it for a team like the Indianapolis Colts when they play them in a few weeks. They want to play the spoiler role. And what is the saying, Javi? It is hard to beat a team that doesn't have a future, right? That is playing like I gotta know the exact wording and terminology or like quote, but basically, like I believe it was Shane Falco from The Replacements saying like we have the best thing on our side is we have no tomorrow. It doesn't matter if we win, lose, or draw. We have no tomorrow. It doesn't matter for us. And that's where the Tennessee Titans are right now. It doesn't matter for them at all. Wayne G is in the chat as well. And he says, tough to give a MVP to a wide receiver. Megatron kept Stafford in the league and never sniffed a MVP. This is very, very, very true. But however, we saw it, Wayne G, last night. When Tyreek Hill went down, you saw everybody in the stadium deflate. You saw the wide receiver, you saw the Miami Dolphins whole offense deflate. You saw the defense deflate. You saw the crowd deflate, and you saw the Tennessee Titans kind of inflate. That tells me that is the MVP. That is the most valuable player on that team. When that player goes down and everybody else is like, man, we are screwed. That tells you he's the MVP, right, Hoffy?